Hi, everyone. For your latest assignment in string manipulation, I kind of wanted to walk you through and make sure you understand how we can apply some of these string manipulation techniques to more of a real live situation. The previous assignment, once again, very rarely are you going to be looping through, finding vowels or counting the words or whatever. You will be breaking apart things, as I said in my videos prior for that last assignment, but that's even on a rare occasion. What this is, though, is probably where you're going to really start using string manipulation techniques more in a real life situation. I would say every program I write, I probably do utilize string manipulation techniques here and there. I don't. I probably just do it, not even thinking about it anymore. But for the most part, we do, use them. Okay. And so I think I gave you this assignment. We basically were looking at a previous assignment we've done together. And I wanted to enhance it a little bit and allow you to practice some of these techniques. I think you're going to find that they're pretty simple to implement. For the most part, what we're going to do is take our assignment and we're going to enhance it by allowing now more delivery opportunities. So we're going to deliver now to anybody whose zip code begins with 410 and 400. Again, so somebody's going to type in a zip code. It's our job to make sure that it begins with 410 or 400. All right, so we got to break that apart. That requires a string manipulation function to do something like that. Okay, the other one is we're going to add a promo code. And then based upon, we want to validate it to make sure it's good. If it is good, we're going to make sure that it has certain characters in certain positions. And this is a situation where we're going to like dive into that string to make sure that these certain characters are there. All right. If they give us a bad one, we're going to let them know that it's a bad one. All right. And finally, what we're going to do, instead of having that big conditional statement I had in my first iteration of this program to list, they selected black shredded $7. They're just then lists black shredded. Instead of that big conditional statement, I want to use string manipulation techniques to make that a lot more simple and pull off what I need to pull off to display. Okay, that's our goal here. Finally, also, if it's black shredded or black chipped, we're going to add the word gold in there. And so I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Everything in yellow we're going to focus on in this particular video. Everything that's not in yellow we'll focus on in a subsequent video I'll have for this particular assignment. So there'll be two videos if you want to look for it. Primarily what we're looking at is everything in yellow I'm going to deal with in the add product button, and everything that's not yellow will be in the total button. Make sense? Okay. And so let's go ahead and get started. I kind of got started with this already, so I don't bore you with coding and showing you how to do it. So I went ahead and I added the promo code as part of my enhancement. Named it all, and I also added this little strip here called promo code is invalid and no discount will be applied, and that's sitting there underneath this. Okay, so what I want to happen is that they do give me a promo code and it's not valid, I state that. I'm still going to move on. I'm not going to stop the process, but I'm going to state that it's not a valid promo code and nothing actually applies. What I want this to do is pop up when they have an error like that. And so what I'm going to do is I wanted to show you this. To make this kind of happen, I'm going to use the visible property. I don't know if you've used this before or not, but if you haven't, I'm just going to make this false. So when this thing actually starts, they won't see that. Then in my code, if they come across the error, I'm going to make it true, and then it actually will pop up. Okay? So this is my design. No big deal, hopefully. Hopefully it makes good sense in what we're doing. Okay, so let's move on to each step here. So the first step I wanted to do was allow for this enhancement with the zip codes. In my code, what I did, if you looked at the solution when I posted this, is during my validation, I made sure that it's either 41042 or whatever the criteria was for the zip codes. Okay, so I checked for 3 zip codes. Well, now the program has changed. It's been enhanced. So you're being asked now to only allow for people who are in 410 and 400 locations. So a lot more zip codes, number one. So we don't have to list every zip code. Now we can just actually check for the first 3 pieces. So, the 410 zip code, there's tons of them out there. I actually live in that area. And so listing every one is not only A lot of time, it also limits us. If they ever add another zip code, I would have to go into my code and do it. By doing what I'm going to do here, it makes it a little bit easy. Okay? So really what I want to do is check the first three characters. So how would we do this? If you think about the last assignment, what pieces will we need to do with this? Well, oops, sorry. There's a couple of them. We can look at starts with, okay, determines whether the string begins with a specific sequence of characters. That might work. And the one I use quite a bit, as I told you before, is substring. I use substring quite a bit where I just go get the characters and make sure that it's actually there. So how do I do this? Well, I already wrote the code for it. I actually commented it out up here, so I'm not going to bore you to death in this video. But if I go ahead and replace this with this, it will work. And what I'm showing you here is both ways, one with substring and one with starts with. Substring, we're going to start in the 0 index for 3 characters to see if it's 410, or if you did starts with, which might be a little bit easier. And again, either one's fine with me. If it starts with 400, it's going to work well. You could use them for both of them, or you could use substring for both of them, and so on. Once again, I use substring quite a bit. It's just something that I have in the back of my head, and I use it quite a bit for a lot of different purposes. But starts with works really well here also. That's all you had to do for this first one. How'd you do with that? Hopefully pretty well. But if you were confused and you see this right now, does that make sense? It's not that, don't make this harder than it really is. It's just a way of getting off. Like I said before, what string manipulation is taking a string and getting things out of it, right? And this is one of the situations. Cool. Let's go look at the next one here. And so the next one we're going to have is the valid promo codes. Okay, it must be 7 digits long. I went ahead and let's see, I'm going to come down here to, there it is. Okay, so I went ahead and added in my code, validation for the promo code here, and I added another procedure for doing so. What this is actually going to do, excuse me, is look at the promo code, okay? If they gave me one, all I care about is they gave me one or not. If they didn't give me one, I'm going to bypass it. I'm not going to, it's no big deal. There's no error if they don't give me a promo code. But if they did give me a promo code, I want to check 2 things. Number one is the length, 7 digits. So a promo code must be 7 digits. How do we do that? Dot length. Once again, a string manipulation technique right there, dot length. Isn't that beautiful? So if whatever they typed in is 7 characters, then we're good. If it is 7 characters, if it's not 7 characters, it gave me 6 characters, I'm going to make that error message I put on there visible. See how I did that? Dot visible equals true. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sit back and I'm going to, if it is 7 characters, now what I'm going to do is make sure that X1F or C2P is actually in there. So if I sit back and I was given let's do this correctly, so the 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. So they gave me a promo code of AAA X1F. Tell you what, this thing's going to go crazy if I don't comment this out. X1F, and we'll say 33. This would meet the criteria of a good promo code, right? It's 7 digits long, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look, I have 8 digits. There you go. It's supposed to be the 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. Let me make doubly sure I'm saying that correct. I am. So the 3rd, 4th, and 5th position should have X1F or C2P. All right. In this case here, it does. It's 7 digits long. It has that in there. It would work. How did I check this? I use substring again. Starting in the 2nd index. Remember, this is index 0. So that's 0. This would be 1, and this would be 2. We must understand how this index works. Once you understand that, life is wonderful. So index 2 for 3 characters. So this particular promo code would meet that criteria, and everything is good. If they gave me something else in there, it's 7 digits long, but didn't have X1F or C2P in there, I would then once again turn on that error saying that's not a valid promo code. You're not going to get a discount. Make sense? Cool. Not too hard either, hopefully, right? Length and substring, once again. Finally, the thing we need to work on is the black shredded piece. So if we come back up here, and remember my code in black, when we did this, I went to the combo box, and I got I got my combo box. I pulled it out, and based upon what I selected, right? What I selected, I basically set my STR product to one of those. Well, right? I don't know. I like that. I wonder if I add more to this. I mean, so this if condition just keeps going on and on. All of a sudden, they decided that, we now have I don't know, a blue, blue shredded and blue chips and yellow shredded, yellow chips. I don't know, whatever it is, straw. Next thing I know, I got to keep adding to my conditional statement. Is there a better way to make this a little bit more dynamic? And the answer is yes. And so what I did is I had this code already for us. So let's kind of look at this real fast. Okay, and so what we're going to be doing here is I have an index. I'm going to go ahead and move my product over. I'm going to then check for the index. So where am I taking this? Let's go ahead and put this in the right. I'm going to keep my dim statement right there. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to replace all this code all the way down to here with just that. So now what I have here is this. I'm going to take my combo box, move it to my str product, okay, which is my variable I passed. I'm going to go find using index of that dash. Pretty cool. All right. Once I do that, I'm going to then do a substring and pull off everything starting the beginning of that, starting with the first letter, all the way to that index -1. That will get rid of the dash and that space. So all I'll be pulling off is that, okay? Pulling off the words that I actually want. The next piece, I want to insert that gold. So then what I'm going to do is do another substring from 0 to 5 characters to say if the word's black, insert gold for in the 6th position in gold. So I'm going to insert it in the 6th index position, the word gold, and it will actually work perfectly. And that's how you do all those pieces. That's all it really was. I use substring quite a bit, as you see. I used insert, I used length, and I use index of. Those are the ones I told you before that I really use a lot. And once you get used to using them, they become old hat. I know they're new to you right now, so if you're struggling a little bit, don't get frustrated. It's just part of learning how to program. Don't block it, just keep trying, and you'll be amazed at how things actually work. Okay? Let's go ahead and play with this real fast. Oh, I still got error messages. I thought I fixed those. Let's see. I know where it's at. I have a little error message. I did something down here, and I'm not going to start this whole thing all over again. Here it is. It's right there. Sorry about that. We'll go ahead and fix that. Yes, I make errors too all the time, and you just learn how to deal with them. Okay. And so here we are right here. And as you see, my little combo box is now visible. It's not visible. So I can put 410 22 in there. That's fine. And if I did black shredded 3, and we'll not have anything. And I did this. Look, I did black gold shredded. I need to fix my headings a little bit, right? So might have to play around with those. But I did put the gold shredded, and it actually took that stuff off. Pretty cool, right? Let's go ahead and clear all this, and let's try one, and we'll put in 488888 in here. Mulch type, let's do a different one. Let's do brown chips for 3 bags, and we still want delivery. We add the product. It's going to say, oh, I didn't update my little piece there, so I should say it's only going to go to 400 and 400. I didn't update my code on that. I do need to do that. But basically that worked too. What I mean by that, let's see here, where are we? There it is. I should say right here, 410 or 400. There you go. Yes, the perfectionist in me. Okay, now we're good. And so now we have that. All right. And then finally, let's see, we'll do 400. Let's do this one. I'll show you. Well, you saw it working. 45555. Boom, boom, boom. 3. It should give me an error. It says 410 or 400. Perfect. So we'll go back here. Put 41042. I'll still my delivery. And if I sit back and I put some stuff in here, my little thing should pop up saying it does not apply. And there you go. Okay, that's not a good one. All right. And then what I'm going to do later on is I'll show you when